Hello, I'm Katie Bavard, and welcome to a special edition of Podcast Salad. This week, we're going to count down the Podcast Salad Top 5 Favorite Video Podcasts. Podcast Salad has featured over 200 podcasts in the last year, and we thought it'd be fun to highlight the podcasts our staff just can't get enough of. Last week, we began our countdown of our top 10 favorite podcasts. Our number 10 was Chasing Windmills. Then Goodnight Burbank, followed by Live in Baghdad. Our number 7 was Tiki Bar TV, and we wrapped up with Hockey Strike. As we voted for our staff favorites, the choices became harder and harder. While a couple of us fought hard for this as our number 1, Geek Brief TV ended up as our 5th favorite podcast. Host Callie Lewis delivers tech news like nobody else.
We're going to be putting this camera through its paces throughout the whole month of August. We're packing up the lights, the camera, throwing them in the back of the car, and heading out on a month-long road trip. And we're taking you with us. We're going to be doing Geek Briefs, iCallies, Dear Callies, and 2 weeks of babysitting my nephew Loki. If you're thinking about buying a camera in the near future, keep an eye on my Flickr page so you can check out how we're doing with the D40. I've got to go take a nap so I can stay up all night reading Harry Potter.
She hugged me once.
I find that if I watch every show, I know about every new gadget that comes out every time. I don't have to check any other news source.
Our number 4 pick is MoBuzz TV. MoBuzz is a tech news podcast with international flair. English language host Karina recently left the show, and our best wishes go with her.
One of the more interesting stories doing the rounds in the online RPG networks at the moment is the story of an anonymous top player who was kidnapped, held captive with a gun against his head for 5 hours by a gang who wanted his gun-bound account password to then sell on for $8,000. The captive refused to buckle and eventually was released unharmed. Police later apprehended the 4 gang members. All that for a password and a couple $1,000?
MoBuzz TV is fantastic because there's just all sorts of a good mixture of tech news and political news from around the world, things that are odd and interesting but not obvious headlines.
Number 3 on our list are probably our best friends in podcasting. We've loved the Rumor Girls since we first saw them. Here's a big time shout out to Carla, Karen, and Frank.
Anyways, and there was this woman and he was like, well, why are you yelling? And she's like, that's how I communicate. And
that's how I communicate too.
I know, it's how our whole family communicates.
I know, we try not to, but especially when we're all together, you can't get a word in edgewise. No,
I know.
Somebody new, I mean,
and we switch.
It's like everybody talks over each other. I think they know that just based on the uncut. I think they probably know.
Anyways, so.
As a matter of fact, we've had a few complaints because of that.
I know,
but we can't change.
The fact that they're so authentic, so genuine, so true to themselves in the podcast is what makes them really entertaining to watch. And I love how they talk over each other constantly because that's how sisters are in real life.
Rumor Girls is the most genuine podcast out there. Karen and Carla are Karen and Carla on the show.
You know, I find it makes it a little more interesting if I can at least try to tune out that one of them is already hooked up.
Let's go to the Rumor Girls patio in Second Life and have cocktails.
Okay, I'm sure all of you out there will think our second favorite podcast should be number 1. Sorry, Ninja, we're afraid that we're going to have to look forward to being killed by you soon.
There is, of course, the Ultimate Fighting Challenge, which shouldn't even be called the Ultimate Fighting Challenge because it doesn't involve any ninjas. How can anything be ultimate if it doesn't involve a ninja? It should just be called the Mediocre Fight Challenge or the Silly, Stupid Fight Challenge. Chuck Liddell, you better lie down. Straight to the question, Jonathan. I look forward to seeing you soon. Hey,
I don't want to say anything that'll get me killed. He's great.
I met them at VloggerCon, and trust me, they are much deadlier in real life.
I look forward to watching it soon.
I'm looking forward to having him kill me soon.
Our favorite podcast is a bit of a surprise, even to us. But this is the podcast we never miss. Cute with Chris is a podcast that has something to do with cute animals. And a guy named Chris. And a toy pony named Colty.
Today on the CuteWithChris.com Cute Down, we ask you, who is cuter? Buddy, sent in by Melissa in Colorado, Moshishi the kitten, or me starring in Shiny Pants, the Randy story. Cast your vote by clicking on the link at CuteWithChris.com, and we'll see you next time on
Cute
with Chris. Please, God, let me play a head in a jar.
The Cute Down is wonderful because it's always so ridiculous. It's like, what's funnier, this cat or my shoe?
It's a one-man show that has a collection of characters, despite the fact it's only a one-man show.
Cute with Chris, the one host who has the style that I like to wear.
Cute with Chris is the funniest podcast currently in production.
All of your dreams are dead. Need I say more? It's got Colty. Colty!
Cute. I'm embarrassed to say that I really enjoy the photographs of the cute animals. Don't tell anyone. Don't let this get out.
So there you go. Those are the top 10 favorite podcasts from the Podcast Salad staff. In the future, one of the ways you'll be seeing Podcast Salad is as a special feature in our sister podcast, Mac Most. That's a weekly podcast that helps you get the most from your Mac, iPod, Apple TV, and iPhone. Check it out and look for us there. Go to MacMost.com to subscribe to the Mac Most podcast. If you want to tell us about your favorite podcast, would like to see your video podcast featured, or if you want to sponsor an episode of Podcast Salad, you can contact us by emailing Katie@podcastsalad.com. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Podcast Salad. We thought it'd be fun to highlight the podcasts that our staff just can't get enough of. It is fun.